guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I'll be playing Space Engineers. We'll mostly be going over collecting resources, potentially preparing for another base, maybe finishing this one up a bit. I did some stuff in between episodes, namely getting this mining drill system set up. I'll quickly go over all the things that I've done. So first things first is I built solar panels over here to help with power generation. Right now they're not working because of the rain. I plan on building a couple more and maybe a few more wind turbines because my power kind of goes down very slowly with the drill running. I did a little test run with the drill. And then I also added in the beacon, that way I could find my base if I had to go somewhere far away. And then of course I made the drill. I connected it with the conveyors over to so all the resources will immediately get brought over and processed. Right here, these two things are timer blocks, and I've set them up to where they will change the velocity of the drill rotor, which goes back and forth, as well as starts the other timer. Whenever they receive the start command, the timer will wait for that the timer to finish, which in this case is a minute 16 seconds before it triggers its actions. So this one triggers this one, as well as changing the directions, and then a minute 16 seconds later, this one triggers, changing its direction and activating this one, and it's just back and forth until I tell them to stop. The piston itself will extend slowly into the ground as the drill runs. I set up these buttons so that this one will trigger the timing system, so it'll go back and forth. This one will trigger the right immediately. This one turns on the piston. This one turns on the drill, and then this one triggers the left. So I would be starting that one now to immediately get it to start heading to the left before it goes to the right, and back and forth. This one will stop the left timer. This one will stop the right timer. I couldn't figure out how to get both of them to turn off with the same button, so I have two of them. This one causes the piston to retract, and then this one turns it off. I haven't tested the piston yet. I just tested the back and forth motion with the drill. And then I think that's it for that. So I'll just be collecting all the resources as it goes along. We should be able to see all these materials get built. I had created a building list of 4 solar panels to attach so that we can ensure power generation. So all those materials were created on the production queue, and this thing should get us all the resources. So let me turn on the let's see, drill. Should start spinning. Then I want to trigger the left. There we go. And you can see this one is the right one, I believe. Yes. So the left one activated, triggered the right one, and now it's on its timer. So now we'll go back and forth and collect all the resources as it goes back and forth. Now I'm hoping this piston works. Yep, it's slowly going out. So we'll see how that goes. And if I need to change it, I can work on it. But it should slowly start going down. I did it at a 45-degree angle. That way it could kind of create a ramp so I don't fall down a hole by accident at some point. I might just fence off the entire area. But I used this hinge at a 90-degree, but couldn't get it farther than that, so I had to build another hinge to get it down. The rotor I have set, let's see, the drill rotor, I set it to have a minimum limit of degree 135 and a max of 226, so that's where it goes back and forth between. And this changes whenever the timer goes off, so now it's going to the right. Because the trigger thing changes the velocity from positive to negative, essentially. And we can just watch it go. I did have to increase the torque on the drill because it wasn't moving when I attached 2 hinges to it, so it needed more power in order to move the whole thing. Once this fully extends, I might break it, build another piston, and then have it extend further. That way I can get deeper and deeper as it goes along. I am learning how all this works as we go along.
Energy low.
Need to get some power real quick. That should be good enough for now. I might slow down the piston if this seems a little too fast for what it's doing now. So now the other one should trigger and it should change direction soon. And there we go. So I'll let this run for a little bit and then I'll be back. It's mined quite a little bit. In the production queue, if you remember earlier, it was a lot more. Now it's just a bunch of plates that I had put in because all these blocks require plates. So now I'm going to grab as much as I can and then go over and expand a little bit and get more solar panels placed. Let's see, need 4. Come on. Okay. Okay, that's not helpful. Let's see. This one? There we go. There we go. And need steel plate. Wonder why I didn't grab me a bunch of steel plate. Let's see if that got us steel plate. Put that right there. And then you should be able to rotate it around and place it on this side. And I'll do this real quick. Of course, steel plate is missing. Okay, those are finished. And so once the sun comes out, we'll get a lot more. Let me expand this a little bit and maybe try for some more wind power, because wind is usually a lot more reliable even if it gives us less. I believe the piston's at max extension. It didn't go as far as I thought, so I'll be retracting it. I set up this one where it should make it go back, and once it's fully retracted I can attach on more pistons. That would require grinding down the drill. I did put pistons, but I do need to put in the drill on here, so that way I can collect the resources out. I'm hoping that way at least. I did have it produce 2 pistons, so I'm going to be attaching 2 pistons to the thing. I've already created all the resources, so I'll just need to have it go. Just realized my ammo's kind of getting low. I had some wolf attacks earlier. They always sneak out of nowhere. New unknown signal right up there. Usually if it's too far I don't go after it, but sometimes you can get some good stuff from them. Little drop pods or little probes of some sort. See, this one most likely is going to end up on the hill. Yep. So that's slowly going to retract. I guess I can stop the rotor back and forth too. That would be these 2 buttons. So it will go all the way to the left and then stop. This is going backwards. I didn't want to have it going too fast, but I might need to make it go backwards faster. Negative 0.2 work. Let's see if that works. So F. There we go. It's backing up faster. Oh, I also need to have the drill stop spinning. And grind it down.
Inventory low.
I don't have the full inventory for the drill. Wow. So, drop off everything there, then go back to the drill. Nope, too far. No fall damage, though. There we go. Okay, I'm going to put this back in the assembler, or in the storage. Okay. I'm hoping I can fit all of these. And then attach the drill on that. Wrong way. Ooh. It can. It is a little heavy, it looks like, so we might have some issues with it being this far. But let's build the first piston. Okay, so this one's configured to send the piston down at something like 0.02, so I'm going to have this one. There's 3 different pistons. So this one will extend at 0.02. This one will extend at 0.02. And then this one also will extend at 0.02. So first things first, I'm going to turn back on the drill, which should be that one. Oh, don't tell me I have to reconfigure the drill. Yeah, because it's a different drill. I think if I rename it, would it work? Because I think because I built a second one, it should be called Drill 2 or something like that. There we go. Drill. No? So I do have to reconfigure the button. There we go. So now it should be going. I think it's gathering some resources because it's very close to the ground. I'm not having the pistons extend yet because it's very close to the ground. Come on. There we go. That way it can make a little clearance for itself. Okay. Now I'll have it rotate back and forth, and then I'll activate the piston extension for 1 piston at a time. So, I think I set that to be this one? No, I want the rotor on. I want it to go to the right. This one. This one was supposed to be the drill trigger. This one's supposed to be the timer to the right. And it is the trigger now. Let me see if this one works still. So did it turn off? Seems like it. Okay. So now I want to trigger it to go to the right because left is over here, so there we go. And then once it does like 1 or 2 passes, I'll start extending the piston. I'll be drilling into the mountain because I want to make my base kind of in the mountain right here. While this is happening though, I can quickly go do like a scout for ice. So I'm just gonna top off my jetpack here. And I'm just gonna fly up and see if I can see ice packs anywhere. There's those. I can mine that, I believe, for ice. That's very far away. I don't see any ice anywhere else. So yeah, I'll have to mine up there and get the resources. Okay, I might actually die here. I'm gonna use gravity to save fuel. Let's see how that goes.
Fuel low. Fuel
There we go.
critical.
Minimum fall damage. Refill that, and then because I took the survival kit and put it over here, it doesn't heal me. I have to heal over here at the survival kit. Okay, so I believe it's made a pass now, which means I think we're good to extend a piston. I don't know which piston is which, so I'm gonna rename them. Let's have that one activate. Or I might have been wrong. So 3 is the top one. That's weird. I should have named them before I did anything really much after that. Okay. So we'll let that extend in mine. This thing should be processing ore now. Basic refinery. It is. But I don't know why it's not really processing cobalt. It's processing it very slowly. I'm told that you can get better yield with a better refinery. So let's see, refinery. So we got the basic, so a normal one. So let's add this to the builder and then have that show up in the here. So it should have set up all the production there like that, and we just gotta wait for it to go. It won't start making it because it's processing the cobalt right now. So once it starts getting everything, I'll be back, or it will process stuff as it goes. Then I'll replace this basic refinery with a better refinery, hopefully get better ore yield. Meanwhile, this guy will just collect a bunch of stone that can be used later. I might add lights down there, we'll see. Could add lights to the end of the drill. Yeah, let's have lights at the end of the drill. Okay, that's all done. So it can light up as it goes down. So let me put all the resources I had back in there. Did that mess up this? No? Okay. It's gonna start traveling back. So I'll have, this time, I'll have piston 1 go forward. It is the bottom one, so it's 1, 2, 3. I'll let this mine as and collect resources, and then I can build the better refinery, and then we can work on drilling into the wall We'll probably drill all the way over to the ice mountains. That way I just have a tunnel to go get ice. But for now, we just need to create a base. I don't like being out here in the open because I don't know if there's pirates or anything that might attack. So we'll go inside. I know there is, like, not that button. There's like raiders, space pirates, space spiders. Okay. So I want to get in the mountain. That will act as a bit of protection, and then can possibly set guns at the entrances to protect them. But need resources, so that's why I'm making this place to get as many resources as we can. And then I can even have it mine closer, get more resources, mine farther, get those resources, so on and so forth. There we go, it's collecting resources. I still think this thing's processing cobalt, so I might just switch around its priority. There we go. Okay. And I'll be back. While I was waiting, an unknown signal popped up very close, so I'm gonna go grab that guy, get some of those small resources. Still waiting for things to process. So I can turn this guy on, turn off his brake, start driving over here. Ooh, it has drone stuff. Trying to get inside. I guess not. Okay, so I'll just grind it down and put the stuff away. And I think, nope, still got some stuff to produce, namely the 3,000 plates, which I'm actually gonna put in the back. Have it produce the other stuff first. Is this piston fully extended? I'll go read it. I can go into the thing. So piston 1 was down at the bottom. It's at max, so I need to activate piston 2. So it should start mining. Then you can start crafting the stuff. Inventory is full. Ah, it is full. So cargo container is full. Can't really do a large. So we'll build another small on top of this one. Need interior plates. Okay. So some interior plating. Again, not waste fuel over here. Needs construction. Components, needs probably some computers, some grates. Small steel tubes. Some motors. Need display. Okay, should be able to put stuff into that small cargo container. Yes, there's another small cargo container, so it should be able to craft things now, right? What do you mean inventory is full? You're connected, are you not? Let's see. No, you can't. So I need to... Then how'd you get the 41,000? You already filled up on stone. Okay, Is the piston finished its distance? No, it's... So I'm going to turn it off real quick. So that... And then I need to turn off the drill. So... I should leave it going for a little bit. Uh-oh. Please tell me the drill's okay. Seems fine. It's basically full too. I need to like make a large storage container or something. Some more interior plating. Some more construction components, grids. Let's see, some normal plates. Where's displays? Displays, motors. Okay. I was not expecting it to fill that fast, but okay, guessing by all the stuff going back in, I should have freed up inventories. That one's about to fill up again, and I've maxed out my inventories again. Okay, how's the basic refinery going? I'm gonna dump out all this gravel over here. Try to free up as much space as possible. This is turning like more profitable than I thought. Let's see. That's good. Gravel. Okay. You don't need to be in there. Put you. And then where's the gravel I just grabbed? Yoink. Okay. And then drop this over here. Man, this is working a lot better. Okay, the drill's emptying, so that's good. Then we have a lot of stone to process. I can make the better refiner. I do need to make like a better storage though. A large cargo container. I can craft it. So, let me see. So let me try that. It's not going to look nice, but I need the storage space. Some interior plating it wants. I'm going to try and line up. Let's see. You are there. So I can try and put you there. Yeah, it's probably gonna make a lot of unnecessary stuff. But I have the extra stone. So we'll let this produce for a bit. Unless the inventory is full, then we're gonna have some issues. Where's interior plate? think we need some of these. So I'll just grab what I can to put into this thing. So I'll just let that process for a little bit, try my best to get this thing running, and I'll be right back. Okay. I managed to get enough resources to build the large storage container. Just need a few more these guys, I believe. That should be enough to connect it. There we go. So they all should be connected. Lag. Okay. Now let's see. Large cargo container. Should show up here. Here we go. There we go. So I should be able to drop everything off. And let's see, turn back on the piston. I think I turned off the piston in here. So you can turn back on and you can start extending again. There we go. Phew. So yeah, this guy has a lot of space. Whereas before we could only store like, let's see, the small cargo container 15,000 liters. This one is 421,000, so we'll be able to store a lot more in that. And then once this production's done, or so, I can create the better refinery. I will need to move this one though. So let me get this survival kit brought down into the construction area. Because the advanced refinery is this big, so he would take up the spot, so I need to expand him. Let's see, can I rotate him? Nope, not that way. Not that way. This way? Yeah. No, he wouldn't work that way. He wouldn't work that way. So it's probably best. Use the top and bottom so I could lay him sideways. But I don't think that would work too well. So my plan is to build it like that, where there's an access point on each side, and take up these spots and then have the survival kits stick out one more. So actually, while that's happening, I'll just do that. I should be able to store all the materials. Oh, you had stuff inside you, that's right. Okay, survival kit. Rotate it around. And then rebuild. It was melting the stone, that's why it was still good, but now it's it caught up, so gotta wait. And so I'll be back once it finishes. Okay, everything but a few plates have been crafted. So let me, well, I think we'll be fine. So I'll just quickly break this guy down. Okay, you did have some stuff, so I need you to move. So let's get you emptied and get it set up correctly. Let's see. We want you to be turned that way, I believe. Yeah. Then place you there, I think. So then this should be fully built. Ah, that's what those are for. Those are to upgrade. Let me get some light on. Okay, and I believe the production should be back up and running. Let's see. Refinery. Yep, there we go. Let's See, the drill's still getting some, I think. Yeah, but it's only like 60 or 50, 75 right there. It's just getting little bits of it as it goes back and forth down there. More storage, more refinery, and now we can build in the wall mountain base. So we'll just need some parts for that. But production's right now gonna happen. So let's quickly create the list of what we're needing. Am I crouched? No, why am I walking so slow? Is walking normally that slow? Okay, whatever. So I plan on creating a basic little thing. We'll probably need the large cargo container. We're going to need some solar panels and maybe some windmill. So wind. We'll need to build that over there, and then we're gonna need drills and pistons. Not initially the drills, so we should probably do pistons first. I'll just put down one piston and one part and get conveyor. Because we will probably need conveyors. But yeah, we'll build another base over near the mountain, use the drills to drill into it, and then build inside the rest of the stuff. Then we can possibly move all this stuff in there. But for now, it's just resource collecting. So I'll just craft a bunch of stuff. Why not put them into the... There we go. So you should be crafting all this stuff now. And then we'll get back to it. Okay. I finished producing some of those materials. I'm thinking about creating a flat area right here and then just digging into the mountain from there. Don't want it too steep, so I think this will fit right here. So I'm gonna pull out the basic block and let's see, I want kind of a platform to drive onto. So let's try there. I'm gonna have to make quite a few back and forth trips. It took me a little bit, well, not really a little bit, a while, to get all the resources over here and build up this whole system. I put the windmills up higher, that way they could get better power. And then I put a bunch of solar panels, that way we could shoot up our power during the day so that we could survive during the night. I got 2 batteries down here that will charge up to power everything. I added a refinery on the side here, and then on this side, I put down an assembler. That way we can craft any parts we need to further expand. I put control panels here to control the drills and the piston. I'm hoping I did everything correct and it should work. And then the conveyor leads everything to the large cargo container. I so far only have 10 drills set. I'll be expanding that as I get more resources from here. I can just craft them instead of having to run all the way back and forth. That took forever. So since we're here, I can turn on the drills, which I figured out how to combine together onto a group and have them activate from a single button. You can hear the refinery turn on already as it picks up some resources. And then I believe this one should start the piston moving. I'm hoping I connected everything correctly so it didn't attach to the platform and it can actually move. Which it looks like it is. Nice. So it should start drilling into the hillside. And yeah, I will be expanding it. That way I can have the full thing. And make my base inside. See if we can start seeing it breaking the ground. There you go. Okay. And then I believe I'll I'm gonna have to build something to get up here easier. But if I go into here, all the drills are running. Let's see. Batteries are still charging, it looks like. Even though there's the massive drain. That's pretty nice. Inventory. All the drills are bringing in. And the refinery is processing them. And then they can all go into the large cargo container. I did bring some resources. All those cargo containers back there are starting to get full. I'm gonna have to build more large cargo containers here. But I'm hoping to try and get as much as I can in, and then I can build the storages inside to transfer everything to. And then I can see on here the piston distance. It has a max of 10 meters. So once it goes in further, I can add in more drills. Another thing is the torque, actually. I don't think I messed with the torque. So the piston... Okay, so it's already set. So it's all good. I did set it to a very slow speed because I just am used to that speed for over here. I did slow down that one a bit because it was breaking the drill. Had to rebuild the drill a few times. I can probably speed it up. Let me do that. So I'll come over here. I set it to 0.01, so let's set the velocity to be 0.03. Let's do that. And then I can just press the button, and it should speed it up a little. Nice. And then once that, I can build this platform out a little bit. I do have to unlock some more stuff. I did build some stuff. I believe I do have a damaged piece on the rover. Yeah. There we go. I researched the part so I could fix it. Just want to make sure I didn't damage anything else. Take you back to the main base just to see all the stuff. That I've built. Cool thing about driving down to this little base is minimum power requirement because it maintains speed as it goes down, which helps save power. And then once it gets too slow, I can speed it up. I do need to finish the cobalt that's right here. Can hear the wolves again. They're somewhere near. So you can see the drill here. I currently have it on 2 of 3. Pistons extended on a different angle. Mainly due to the fact that the storages keep being filled with the stone, so nothing else can go in, which then would waste resources as the drill mines. I do take the gravel out. I don't know if gravel's ever needed for anything, and I just throw it off over here for now. Once I get a bigger storage system in the main base, I can bring everything over, which I'll probably try to do either by turning everything into a moving ship and connecting it, or build a big rover that can go back and forth. That will take a few tries, or a few back and forths. I think the drill still's gathering resources, even though it's not touching much, but it's very small now. So the refinery can get through all the resources. I also extended the windmills up higher so that they could get better wind clearance and charge this guy up faster, which is basically at max power now. But I created this door to unlock some building components. Oh yeah, I turned it off. Save power. So I can open, close it. I'll use it in the future. Keep pressing the wrong button. And then I built an antenna over here to unlock some more construction materials. But I also turned it off. And then there's this landing gear, which actually I haven't taken a look at his stuff. Landing gear. I'm gonna turn him off. That way he doesn't consume any power if he was. And then let me pull up the progression. So I was able to unlock, I already built an assembler, so I was able to unlock all this stuff. I built the antenna so I could get the laser antenna, action relay, and the broadcast controller. By building the door, I could unlock the hangar doors. I need to build interior wall, which I'll actually just put there. That'll unlock all this stuff, I think. Or at least all the stuff that's not DLC. I already built the refinery, so that's there. Landing gear got me all of these wheels and parachutes and different stuff. I do need to build a control station so that I can craft some drills and even the automatic welder stuff so I can build my base faster, which I'll actually do. I'm hoping this doesn't require hydrogen. It's just propeller. That will help out on some stuff. I've already unlocked all this by building the O2 generator. This stuff too. I do need to build a hydrogen tank in order to make these engines, but I'll wait till I'm in the big base for that. Then I already unlocked all this stuff with the solar panel. I do need to make the algae farm so I can make the rest, so I'll add that there actually. I believe I already got a lot of the resources, so so I'll just set stuff to production. So it was the algae farm, and it already got rid of the one thing I was trying to make, the interior building. So I'll put that there, and then I'll put the algae farm. Wanting to use it, I just want to build it. And then I can just put interior wall. Does it have a certain facing side? Okay. And then I can put them together. So that unlocked some of the stuff in the progression with the interior wall. So all this stuff just unlocked. At least whatever's not DLC. Got all the components. So this should finish up. I wonder, could I use this now, or it is making. Does it have an inventory? Looks like it does. I haven't connected it to any inventory, but it looks like it's working. That should have unlocked some stuff in the progression too. Food processor. I can make all those now. So I'll put this into the planner and build it. Oh, it's actually quite small. Might as well just attach it to inventory. Like that. Guess I need to get the parts. So first I'll tell it to put into production, grab what I could. I want to place this here because I want access to that lower one so I can grab from this side. Another unknown signal. This one might end up close, we'll see. It will need to fly up here. And then just need the bulletproof glass. But now it's functioning. That should have unlocked stuff in the progression. So I almost nearly have everything unlocked. Into fresh water, farm plot. So that's for growing food. Advanced rotors and stuff, I already got those. So yeah, just mainly it's stuff related to spaceships now that I need to unlock. And with this guy fully built, there you go. Okay. And then I'm mainly just gonna wait, mine some resources. It's been a little bit, so we can go check up there. You can hear the wolves howling. Okay, let's see how well it's done so far. Wolves are nearby, I just don't know where. But they shouldn't be able to reach me up here, I don't think. So in the control panel, I can go to the piston. It's at max distance. So that's as far as it's gonna go in. That actually helps out a little bit. So once I'm sure I'm not really getting any more resources. Okay, then I'm gonna put drills. I need to make protogen technology, which I don't know how to make that stuff yet, but I'm just gonna add a bunch of drills to the production thing, and I want to put it in this one, but I don't think I have enough resources to make everything, so I might just do it in there. That one at least has more resources. But you can see it got pretty good in there. So I actually didn't set up a return, so I am going to make this one be piston set velocity to negative 0.03. It comes back slow, but better than nothing. This is the toggle on and off, so when I do this, and it stops bringing in any resources whatsoever. Which, by having it retracted, actually smooths out some stuff. But between episodes, I'll work on this, expand it, go deeper into the hill, and make my base. I hope you enjoyed. Please like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys on the next one.